The Mental Health Association is a local nonprofit that for the last 60 years has supported the emotional and mental well-being of our community through a variety of programs, preparing resilient children, securing vulnerable families, and facing crises together. When you face difficulties, relationship challenges, loss, uncertainty, times of transition, we all experience these at different times in our lives, and we need tools in our toolbox, and MHA is one of those tools that can support you in getting through those difficulties.
Mental Health Association of Frederick County. There is no other place like it. To be an African American woman, to being a single mom, to being someone who's dealt with homelessness, someone who has faced breast cancer, not know who they are, to find an organization that is willing to invest time into them as a client, as an employee. You don't find an organization like that. I came into MHA as a client, being in that apartment, not being able to afford it, not really receiving assistance. It really was a hardship, trying to make sure that Jalen was not exposed. I did not want him to see that our stuff was outside on the street. He thought it was fun because we were staying in a hotel for the night. I did not want him to see that our stuff was outside on the street.
People come in here seeking services, just like LaToya, have been given a difficult medical diagnosis and maybe in need of some resources. So they call our 24-hour call center. They can talk directly to a crisis specialist who can give them a list of resources that they can use to continue to get help.
Jalen was having some challenges with school. It was suggested through my therapist that if I was receiving therapy, then it may benefit my son to seek therapy. We started coming together for therapy here at MHA. His therapist was amazing. She was able to help me connect with my son through a simple game of Jenga, in which we were able to be distracted by trying to win the game, of course, but able to also have some very difficult and challenging conversations. If it was not for MHA, I would not be sitting before you. I just would not be here. There's many of opportunities in which I could have just given up. Losing Jalen unexpectedly, I lost my pride and my joy. I did. And I literally thought about how many times I could run my car into a tree or cause an accident that would take my life. And I didn't. And the reason why I didn't, our HR director sent me a text message. And I pulled over to read the message. And it was her just sending love and letting me know that she was thinking of me. And I decided at that moment in time that I had a place that I worked for that cared for me as a person, not as an employee, not as a stranger, but as a human being. And at that moment, I also knew that that is not what my son would have wanted. He would have wanted me to continue to carry on. But it is something that is very real. You have a choice to either continue to live or continue to allow things to beat you up to the point where you don't function. I choose to live. Every day is not easy. There is always a new challenge, but every day I fight and I choose to live.
We're not born with resiliency. We have to be taught it. And LaToya came to us at a time where she was really in need of some resiliency to navigate what was being thrown at her. She's got a spirit about her that's very joyful. But she's been through a lot, and she's persevered a diagnosis of breast cancer. She's faced homelessness. She's lost a child. and then she lost her 15-year-old son. Not many of us could survive that, but through the support of Mental Health Association, through the support of her family, through the support of her colleagues, she has risen up from that. And now she's determined to give back to those so that they don't go through those things, or that they know that there's a place that they can feel supported and cared for.
MHA was my starting point, and I'm still growing within that. So if I can lead someone else to where my starting point was, you see what it's done for me, so I can only imagine what it can do for you.
Oftentimes people will say, I don't need MHA. I'm good, I have what I need. But we never know when a crisis will hit. We all go through seasons of life of difficulty and hardship. We don't define your crisis, only you can define that. And it can be as simple as having a difficult relationship and needing to process, or it could be having thoughts of suicide. But whatever that crisis is, MHA will provide you with the tools and strategies you need to get through that. And the only way we can do that is when we all put our why into action by supporting MHA, so that for years to come, our community will be better and stronger in the end.